So we started looking for a house about a month and a half ago, or almost 2 months ago now. And we had a couple of different friends recommend Thomas. And these were friends that didn't know each other, so they had received Thomas's reference from their own friends. And so we were convinced at that point that we want to go with Thomas. Uh, they had good things to say about Thomas, and we were sort of afraid of getting into the market because it was a seller's market. Houses were difficult to come by. uh, Prices were going up rapidly, and so we wanted to make sure that we buy a house that's good and that's a good value for the money we pay. And when we met Thomas for the first time, uh, basically we were convinced that he's the right person to guide us through this process.
And can you please tell everybody why?
Okay, so the reason why we felt convinced was that we realized that he cares about houses. He cares about the buyer himself. So it's not like he wants to get done with it and he wants you to just buy a house and move on to the next client. He wants to make sure, or you got the feeling that he wants to make sure you get the best value out of your house. And then when we started seeing houses, we realized that he does know a lot about construction, and he wants to guide you and make you realize what to look for in a house. So there were many houses that we really liked, but he told us not. He sort of discouraged us from buying, and we felt like, yeah, that's good because that's someone guiding us in the right direction. He's not wanting to just get done with this process and move on. So so it was a good experience that way. And then finally, when we saw a house that all of us agreed on, uh, we it was a beautiful house. We really loved it, and it happened that within 2 days they had 7 offers. But Thomas was able to negotiate and work the deal out in our favor, and now we are,
At the closing table.
we are at the closing table buying, closing on the house, or we just closed on the house. So also during the closing, Thomas was a lot of help because uh, it's a fairly complicated process. We were first time buyers. We didn't really know what happens when the appraisal comes in, what happens when the home inspections happen, and he was there to guide us through all that. And he was always by our side, working with the seller's agent to negotiate things and make sure that the deal goes through and it works out in our favor.
And now we know that whenever we have any problems related to a house, we know whom to go to. And in any case, it's always nice to know someone like Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.